strikes with a deafening roar. Phantom fog rises from the floor. Shadows shift, the crowd seized by frozen chill. The fog takes shape as the air stands still. Suddenly from blinding sequence bright, a shining spectral disco night. From the distance, disco beats revive. With the finger raised, he shouts, "Staying alive!" Baseline shakes, the crowd begins to roar. Ghostly steps are gliding across the floor. Disco revive, their spectral host. Raise your voices high. Dance disco ghost. Platform shoes bright with silver gleam. Moves like visions from a disco dream. Does the hustle under spinning mirrored ball as floor tiles flash in time to disco's call. Shock gives way, the crowd begins to move. Rhythm takes hold, they step to the groove. Voices lift, the night in full swing. Whole club dancing to this groovy new thing. Baseline shakes, the crowd begins to roar. Ghostly steps are gliding across the floor. Disco revives, their spectral host. Raise your voices high.
Okay. Hello. All right. Welcome back. It has been a moment. All right, let's do the sound check. So I need my tools. Those. And hello to the two people that are here. Hungry. Always hungry. 5 and 6. Hey, Booze. What's going on, man? All right. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, seems all right to me. Yeah, old thing. Right on. So it's been a while. I missed last week. I do apologize about that. I don't have the most stable schedule here or in real life, so do the best I can. That being said, today may end abruptly. That has happened once or twice in the past, and there's a fair chance it'll happen again today. So, fair warning, I suppose. Yeah. I got a mixture of things going on inside my head right now. I'm not really sure where to start. Hopefully everything will just kind of come out uh, eventually and maybe make some sense. Let's see. I believe there's some sort of mess halfway around or on the opposite side of the planet I need to go clean up. And food is a thing I need to address. One moment here. Okay. Food. I believe there's some food over here. I have no idea if there's anything growing right now or not. Hey. Cool. Yeah. All right. Okay, 5 mushrooms and a bunch of seeds. Okay. Ten mushrooms. 3 each, 6 each. I think that's 30%. That is 60%. I think I'll hold on to those. Oh, I missed one. Cool. Oh man, they all gave me 2. Kind of cheap. So yeah, I'm still getting used to this whole food thing. All right, and there should be some NPCs. I've been wrestling with that, trying to get the NPC system to work. Just the vanilla system. I think it's I didn't think to check beforehand on for this play today. But in the previous game, let's come out here and do this. There we go. In the previous game I had checked, and this is what I recall, is that I should get into the air. Alright, we have some ammo. And I'm taking this ship because it has build and repairs. So that'll hopefully let me get things sorted out. A and B. A and B are that way. Oh. So let's get going, and then I'll start monologuing. Keep things interesting. Hey, Booze. NPC provider. That sounds familiar, but I don't think I've ever used it. Let's get going. And there we go. Cool. Yeah, I've never had any problems with MES as a framework. It's powerful, it's versatile. I've made some MES mods. I don't think I've actually published any, but I've delved into it deep enough. Most of the mods I wanted to publish, like the concept or the theme, already exists on the workshop, and I was like, nah, I don't know that I have the inclination to try and do a better job. Okay, good. Salvage yard. Good. But I did dig into it pretty deeply, and at one point, back when Lucas was still actively developing it, I had been interested in trying to learn enough about it to be able to contribute to it, because I believe it was either open source or, yeah, I guess it must have been maybe not open source, but he had the code or has the code on GitHub. So I was like, well, I could see the code, you know, I can see how it works, and then I can work on it. But it just in general, I never really had a problem with it. There's some really nice features that it allows an NPC modder to leverage, which are really cool. Like, I like being able to dynamically change the paint color on things, or remove or destroy blocks, degrade blocks, stuff like that, which is really cool. It's got a bunch of spawning stuff, you know, for different spawn groups, and then the different AI behaviors, which is cool. Although, to be honest, I never really understood the behaviors well enough to see what the differences were. And they were named things like horsefly and I don't know, something else. They didn't mean anything to me. So you know, seeing something called, like, for example, like horsefly versus wasp, like I don't know what the difference is between these two behaviors are. And these names are not meaningful at all. But it whatever. I never had a problem. But what happened is, when the signals update came out, and Keen created the AI blocks and effectively deprecated the use of the RC block for controlling NPC grids, that threw a big wrench into MES. And I know there's been work to fix that on MES's part. And part of the work has involved, it used to be you could use MES and vanilla, the vanilla, like, cargo ships and all that together. And for whatever reason, you can't do that anymore, because MES will turn off drones, cargo ships, encounters, I think, basically all the vanilla stuff that it is designed to replace. And normally that's not a big deal, but if you want to, like, what I was trying to do is, I like using the robot raiders, right, which uses MES to spawn the raider drop pod, and then AI enabled to control the little bots that jump out. That's the only MES mod I was using. So because I didn't have any other MES mods, that was effectively the only enemy in the world, which kind of sucked. Because I wanted to experience the vanilla stuff. I haven't seen much of the vanilla stuff since these changes kind of occurred. And then the previous update, I think it was, Keen redid a lot of the vanilla. Like the previous update, I think they redid the vanilla cargo ships. And the last update, I think they did counters, I think, or something like that. Anyway, they've been doing a lot of work on the content in the game. I haven't had a chance to see any of it. And since MES turns all the vanilla content off, it means I can't use MES. So I didn't realize it was doing that until a couple sessions ago. And so I pulled the robot raider pods, pulled the MES framework. So hopefully we'll see some vanilla stuff now. I think it's working. Multi-layered missions and trade. NPC faction hold planets, and other faction give you missions to take control back. And that sounds like you're describing the NPC provider, I guess. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. I should give that a try. God damn. Hmm. So that's the state of things. I saw that just a second ago, that space pirate signal. So I think that's the vanilla system. So that's good. That's a good sign. Ah. Oh, hello and goodbye to the other person who popped in and then out. And if I recall, I haven't played this game. I haven't played Space Engineers since the last session, which of course means I haven't played this particular game since last session either. But if I recall, in the session prior, I had captured the Space Pirate Distribution Headquarters, or whatever it's called. And in the previous session, the most recent session, I flew a salvage ship out there and started salvaging. And then, in my wisdom, I salvaged the conveyors that were holding up the connector that the salvage ship was resting on. So it fell down and went kaboom. So, and I left it at that because I also died in the process and then respawned back at the base. And that session was not what fucking Microsoft, man. So I use a tablet to monitor the stream and chat. And literally 30 seconds after I started streaming, a little window popped up and said, "Hey, we've installed some updates. You ready to restart?" And then it was, yes, no, or remind me later. So I clicked remind me later. And just now, it just restarted. Just like that. Fucking Microsoft, man. So I'm flying blind. Jesus. So in the past couple weeks, let me see what's been going on. Well, not much gameplay. I did get to do some non-Space Engineers streaming, which I think that was last week. And ironically, so I'm trying to do Space Engineers on Tuesdays, and I don't know how well that's working out. It's not working out well so far, but I'm gonna keep at it. I don't. We'll see what happens. But I think it was last week. Oh, I'm hungry. Whoops. Last week, I think it was possibly Sunday I was able to stream, like an unscheduled stream. And then I think again on Monday was able to stream. And then Tuesday I wasn't able to stream. So I didn't do anything. And then I think Wednesday I ended up being able to stream again. But because I've been trying to do Space Engineers on Tuesday, like it was this weird situation where I ended up streaming like 2-3 times more than normal in a given week, but none of it was Space Engineers. So it's what it is. And during that part of those streams, something I had decided to do was look at my Steam library and play what I'm kind of think in my mind. I kind of think of it as like the B-sides. Basically like those games that you pick up on sale or for free, or they're demos, and you just like, they're like, it's like when you go to a restaurant that makes a food that you really like, and then they have another food that you like think you'll like, but you don't go to the restaurant very often, you know, and or whatever, and so you're like, well, I can have this thing that I really like, or I can take a chance on this other thing. And it's kind of been like, for me, playing games is a lot like that. I'll look at, you know, if I go to play, have some time to play, I look at Steam and I'm like, well, I like playing Space Engineers the most, you know, and I have maybe an hour or two or three or the day or whatever, but I don't know when the next time I'll be able to play is. So do I want to play something I know I'll enjoy, or do I want to try something new, you know? And usually I just go with Space Engineers. So what I thought of doing was, on those like random kind of times when I just find like kind of have some time that I know I'm going to be able to stream, but it's completely unscheduled, I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's use this time to try those other things. And this really appeals to me a lot. So the last session, I played a couple different games and ended on, whoops, damn it. This is what I hate about the food system. You can't just top off. You can't just say, oh, let me just eat enough to get full. You gotta wait, and there's nothing to indicate when you're ready to eat again. I have very strong opinions about that. Fucking kidding me. All right, hang on. All right, 1 2 1 2. Okay, cool. For whatever reason, headphones disconnected. Okay. So anyway, one of the last games I played in the other stream was called Encodia, which is basically a point and click adventure game, puzzle game, I think is a better term. Point and click puzzle game. Set in a cyberpunk sort of future, and you know, I was thinking I would play it long enough to get exposed to enough of the story to figure out whether or not I wanted to finish it, and we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, I happened to see a couple of other games that looked interesting, and so because a lot of what I see is like when you log into Steam, it pops up the little advertisement, you know, like, oh, this game's on sale or whatever. And when I jump in, a lot of times what I get is like announcements for games that are like coming soon. And so like all that's available is like a free demo, you know. But I'm kind of digging that. The whole like, oh, let me, yeah, bite-sized little piece of this thing. Let's do it. All right, 1 2 1 2. All right, my headphone disconnected again. I don't know why. What's up with that? All right, there's A. We just passed B. Let's see, A and B. Oh, look at those down there. I think I should be going a little this way. Tomorrow I have, oh, is that it? No. All right, cool. That's more NPC stuff. So, all right, this is This is great. Glad to finally see this stuff showing up. A and B. All right, we're kind of going the right direction. I don't think I marked it. No, I did not. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Yay. So tomorrow I have coming up it's a big deal for me. It is another step, another milestone towards getting my pilot license. You have to do some what they call a cross-country flight, which is just a flight that's longer than where the origin and destinations are beyond or over 50 miles apart. And you have to do it. You have to do some flights like that. You have to do, I don't know, it's like 5 hours of flying time or something like that. So you have to do like multiple. Well, you just have to accumulate that much flying time. So it could be multiple flights or single crazy long flight, whatever you want. All right, let's kick these bad boys on. So, no, wrong button. There we go. And you have to do that much, like with your instructor with you, and then you have to do the same amount solo. And at least one of those flights, you have to have 2 stops and a total distance or a minimum distance of 50 miles between at least 2 of the stops. I'm sorry, I said 3. You have to have 3 stops, so like a triangle, 1, 2, 3. And then at least one edge of that triangle has to be more than 50 miles. So, yep, there it is. So tomorrow I'll be doing that on my own. And that'll be the last of my requirements for the cross-country solo. After that, what will be left is got some night flying stuff, and then some instrument flying stuff. And at that point, I believe all my flight requirements will be met. And I will be ready to start considering whether I'm ready to take my flight test. So that's a big deal. Happy about that. All right. Yep, there it is. Good job, Patrick. Look what you did. Oh, and hello to the other people who have joined. Very nice to see you all. Finally, now that tablet has updated and rebooted. All right, let's see. We are... Oh, shit. Oh, man, we lost half the ship. That's awesome. All right. Oh, I forgot that thing had build and repair. Oh, that's right. I put them on temporary, didn't I? All right. How do I want to do this? Let's see. There are gyros. Looks like one of them still works. All right. There is lift thrust. A little bit of forward. No reverse. And one side. And all the weight is on the high. You're fucking kidding me.
Your health is low.
Fuck me, man. That didn't feel fair. Alright, let's fly a third ship out that fucking base. At this point, I'm seriously considering whether or not I just want to blow the whole damn thing up. Hey, Lambda. What's going on, man? Get out of the way. Yeah, I agree, Lambda. You need more pilots. Is this done? It's done. Let's eat this. How much does this offer? 5%. Alright, we are topped off. Let's drop off that junk. Don't need so much of... Actually, yeah. Fine. Let's see. Bottles. Where's the hydrogen? There's 2. Why is there so damn much oxygen? Why don't I have any hydrogen stuff? Alright, well, at least they're full. And... Right, I'm going to lose everything I was carrying because there's nothing over there to clean it up. I will not get there before it despawns. Oh, now I am really annoyed. Alright, bottles. Where's no fucking hydrogen anywhere? Oxygen bottle. Hydrogen bottle. Okay, but every single one of these cargo access boxes is set up with a special tag to include 2 hydrogen bottles. And Izzy's is set up to not include things with special tags as part of its quota. And none of them have binoculars like they're all supposed to. What's going on? Alright, maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Let's, Alright, keywords, blah, lock container keywords. Excluded from sorting. Block name has to contain to be excluded from item counting. There it is. And then down here, right there. Special container keyword. Allow special steal. That's only from things with differing priorities. And by default, unless you specify the priority, all the things have the same priority. So they shouldn't be stealing from each other. Excluded from item counting. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's not like anything's making anything. I don't know, man. Iron, silicon, nickel. I mean, I've got the resources. I don't know what. All right, refill. That should be plenty. What's left? I guess I'll take a combat ship. All right, here we go. And here we go again. All right, A and B, dead ahead. First thrusters off, and we are set to cruise. All right. So my thinking is, I can get there and not die. I'll effectively have a forward operating base at this point because I'll have a massive cargo ship, a salvage craft, and then a combat craft here. So, I'd been thinking, oh, maybe I should, instead of trying to salvage this base, I should turn it into a second base of mine. I've been thinking about it. I didn't really want to do that, but I was thinking, oh, that would have been an interesting choice. So, so along those lines is why I brought the combat craft. So I'm going to effectively have 3 ships out there. So what I'm thinking is maybe I will get established there, and I'll rebuild that cargo craft to be a little. Well, I'll rebuild the cargo craft, but I'll also expand it maybe to be maybe something along the lines of like a small carrier, so I can carry these other 2 ships in addition to itself when I return. And at that point, it'll be, man, you slow down fast, don't you? If I set it up as a small carrier, it effectively becomes a mobile base, and then maybe I can just kind of cruise around and, you know, clean up some of the mess, like that Space Pirate salvage yard or something. We'll see. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well. Oh, that's it. Okay. Oh. This is definitely a no-frills aircraft. Yeah. So Lambda, are you a pilot? Do you fly things? Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I imagine when I see this raw mushrooms or raw vegetables, that the guy's just got like a milk crate that's just full of like green pepper, bell peppers or something like that. And he's just periodically grabbing one and eating it like an apple. All right, let's get in here. Let's do something more interesting. How about something like that? Digital clock. Oh, there we go. Yeah, indeed, 100% organic. All right. Gonna work. I used to be very meticulous about making sure that all my LCDs in a cockpit or even just on a ship were the exact same foreground and background color. And I don't do that anymore because it occurred to me one time that, I don't know, I was watching a video or something, or I don't know what it was, but I was looking at something and they were showing a bunch of different, some setting with a bunch of screens. I don't know what the context was, but I realized looking at them triggered it. Well, I was watching that and it kind of reminded me of, like, I used to work in a in a computer lab a long time ago. We had lots of computers, tons of monitors along the wall and everything. And you could have two monitors side by side showing the exact same thing and with the exact same settings for like color and heat and all that. And they would look different. They would have a different tone or different brightness or whatever. And I was like, well, that's actually how like things are, right? So I stopped trying to make everything perfectly the same in game, because having slight differences was, I hate to say the word more realistic, but that's, I mean, literally what I was thinking is more realistic. Granted, it's a game, but I like that. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's true. Everything isn't perfect and exactly the same. There are differences. So now I just click kind of randomly, aim for about the same thing, and don't worry about it. Let's get this one. Oh, you can't. Oh, I thought you could change the color on these. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's a shame. That would have looked very cool. All right, let's head on over here. And all evidence, despite all evidence to the contrary, I feel like I don't usually die a lot in this game. So yeah, so when it happens, it's really embarrassing. I think it's really embarrassing. And but it's not usually so frequent that like my first thought is, well, as soon as I get there, I should build a respawn point, because it's just not normally problem I have to deal with. Which isn't supposed to be like a humble brag. It's just that like a lot, it seems like from what I've seen, you know, of other other streamers and videos online and all that, is that most deaths usually occur from like if you're engaging in like a lot of combat, or you're doing really risky stuff, messing around with clang, or you're on a server, you know. And I don't usually do a lot of that, or most of that. So I don't die a lot. I just play. I don't play a game where that normally happens a lot. So I don't tend to think like, yeah, I don't think, oh, what I ought to do this time is install a spawn point. But given that I've just done it twice now, or it feels like twice, I think I should do that. I did bring a spawn point on the original cargo ship because I figured I would be there for a while. I had a whole medical room in there. But that was in the left side of the ship, which is destroyed. So still moving max speed. Whoops. There we go. Let's see. I feel like these are fairly conservative settings. Heading. And yet my computer is always just fucking too hot to the touch when I play. It stopped doing that for a while when I first got this computer, and then I went through getting a couple of cooling pads for it, and it stopped and was working great. But now I'm right back where I started from. I don't know why. I don't know why the computer gets so damn hot. I've checked the air filters. I clean them out. I clean them out almost once a week, and there's like very little like dust or cat fur or anything on them. Very, very little. So I can't see that being like that minuscule difference in airflow being the problem, considering the amount of air the cooling pad pushes through. So I just don't understand why it gets so damn hot. Hey Keith, what's going on, man? Well, the plan is to fly out and salvage my cargo ship, which I had flown out earlier in a previous stream to salvage the Space Pirate distribution facility headquarters, headquarter distribution facility, whatever it was. So I flew out with a small grid salvage vehicle so I could salvage the salvage vehicle that crashed when I wanted to salvage the headquarters. And then it died. I landed just fine, but I was flying around just surveying and trying to formulate a plan of what I wanted to do. And I very gently bumped into the parked ship and died. So now I'm flying out there with a third ship to salvage the craft that I sent to salvage the cargo ship that I sent to salvage the headquarters facility. That's what's going on. That's my big plan. This is a laptop, so and it's not very old. So being a laptop, I don't really want to take it apart, but it's barely. It's probably just over a year old, but the heating problems started within a month. Yeah, you ain't lying, man. That is a typical SC rescue mission for sure. Do I have any vents on here? I do not. Yeah, why would I include those? All right, eat an onion. All right, A and B, yeah, we're lined up. Cool. Oh, hello to the other new people that have joined. Let's see. There it is. Oops. Oh yeah, great. All right, great Thor. What's going on, man? Yeah. Yeah, sometimes yeah, sometimes SE is a little overwhelming like that, right? You know, you're like, I got to do the thing before I do the thing. I got to build this thing before I build that. I got to build this. Yeah, it's sometimes sometimes it don't but it don't seem to it don't seem like that, but it do or something like that. It just oh man. Yeah. I'm lying. Let's turn these off just in case. Yeah, I know, man. I think the very first time I ever played on a server, um, I I had been approached by this guy who was he was like a serious like faction hardcore faction player type multiplayer person, and he was starting a faction on a server, and to be honest, I really don't recall why he started talking to me. Um, I do not like I don't know what I might have done on the server. Like I was on the server as just an individual player, just doing my thing. So, and I wasn't like super active or like being like some kind of like epic space pirate or something. I was just a dude, a nobody. Anyway, he started talking to me for whatever reason, and it took quite some convincing before I know because I was like, he's like, yeah, I'm starting a faction, and I want you to join my faction, or would you like to join my faction or whatever? And oh, it's not destroyed. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. Well, I tell you what, I don't have a welder. It's just fantastic. Anyway, it took some convincing because I was like, I play on my own. I don't join factions because I don't have a regular schedule. Even back then, I never know when I'll be on, how often I'll be able to play. So I don't want to try and do like a raid or a team something, and then I have to bug out halfway through or anything like that. And anyway, he's like, yeah, no worries, no worries. Like, I guess him and the whoever else is in the team already. He's like, we're like, we've got everything covered: resource gathering, production, manufacturing. It is totally cool. You can come in, use whatever resources you want or need, build what you want. It's fine. We can afford it. Like if you can contribute something, that's great. If you can't, no worries. And I was like, man, that sounds too good to be true. Anyway, I guess the short version is I agreed and jumped on. And the very first thing I did was he gave me a blueprint. He's like, hey, you can build this, and then you have like kind of a base ship you can use to do your thing. And I was like, all right. And it was a very big ship, but they said it was cool. So the first thing I did was try and build it, and I spent 3 hours jammed up on a damn printer on a server because I didn't do it right, and I was trying to extrude the ship with a tug, and as the ship got bigger, the tug couldn't manage it, and it started to drift at an angle, and then pieces got built weird and on the wrong side of the glass of the printer heads, and it was such a nut roll, and I was just like, this sucks. So yeah, I kind of feel it was like the same sort of thing. Like I was just like, this is a lot of like time invested just to be able to get to the point where I want to be able to play. Sucks. All right, let's eat some food. There are a lot of assemblers here. Okay, let's Did I install Izzy's yet? No. Program. Well, that's nice that they're level decorative. Alright, cool. Let's see. We got 4 assemblers in here. Assembler. They're on. The base has power. Hmm. Yeah, Keith, this is a lot of the like the easy start, Earth, and then there's moon start, a Mars, and an alien start bases or games. The ones that come with like the U-shaped base that you start on. As far as I can tell, all of those have a large pirate facility basically on the other side of the planet from where you start, and it's called like HQ Pirate Distribution Facility or something like that. And that is where I'm at right now. All right, there's no welders. Need to make a welder. Not making a welder. All right. 2. All right, sounds like something might be working. And I don't know what has access to what, which is why I'm going through and just telling everything to make start at the bottom, make you work your way up, building stuff. Because I can't do shit without a welder. I can't believe I flew all this way again this time and bring a fucking welder. This is just, it's not been a good 2 weeks for me. I can tell you that right now. It's not been good. And I honestly had my doubts about the wisdom I'm trying to play today. And it looks like maybe those doubts might have been well founded because okay. Assembler. Iron, silicon, and nickel. Cobalt, silver, platinum. All right. Iron, silicon, and nickel. Assembler. Oh, wait. That is what it is, not the name. Oh, I know. assembler. And here we go. 4. Okay, cool. What about you? 2. All right. The thing I want: iron, silicon, nickel, cobalt, silver, and platinum. All right, iron, silicon, and nickel. So I should be able to get these things. All right, there's some iron. There's some silicon. All right. Let's see. This is number 4. All that looks connected. So I put all that there. So number 4. And all right, so if that's 4, and this one is 3. All right, so just gonna work with those two. So you and you. So there's 3 and 4. 3 is assembling. 4 is disassembling. Okay. 5. Oh, that's lovely. 7. 8. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was fun to capture. Ingots, ores in the base. There was a lot. There was a lot of material and stuff in here, and but it's taken a fair amount of damage. So I don't really know what's connected up to anything anymore, and I didn't go through and grind down and take ownership of everything. And I'm not using like the hacking computer mod or anything like that. So so I'm kind of limited. I did have, at one point, I did kind of have everything set up like and repaired enough that I could start siphoning everything into the cargo ship. And the cargo ship fell and broke. And theoretically, everything else should still be connected, but I just seem to be constantly encountering problems, which has been really, really frustrating. 4. See, why the fuck are you not disassembling things? These. Why are you doing it? Do the thing. See what I mean? 2, 4. You're one piece. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're fine. That's 3. That's 4. And but why is it not disassembling? I don't know. Is the stuff off? I don't think so. It's not off. Maybe it's jammed up. 3. Production number 3. Or all right. Assemble. Assemble. Disassemble. All right, good. Okay, we need silicon. Silicon. All right. Production, disassemble. Get those. These are just iron. Oh, okay. Come on, man. Go. And then here. Oh, yeah, good point. Windows. Thank you. All right, I'll do that. Silicon. All right, assemble. Oh, wrong way. Hmm. All right, that's good. So one's done. Let's go ahead. Just take that. Just in case. And we'll make one more. Okay, so now I need 1.5 cobalt. I have 1.2. All right, no problem. Oh, that's not cobalt. There we go. Disassemble. Actually, we can put all of this in there. Yep. And we'll do... That should be enough. Yep. Cool. There's a disassemble all button? Ha 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 ha. Holy shit. Wow, I've never noticed that. Thanks, Keith. That's quite handy. All right. Well, now I have a welder. and I'm hungry. And I'm down to 3 potatoes. Or whatever the hell. Alright, let's clean up.
Inventory full.
Of course. Alright. Alright, let's drop that off. Oh, that's a lie. Alright. Let's see, do we have a command chair on this thing still? Oh, we do. Alright, let's turn those off, since those were part of the problem. Can we leverage this up? Doesn't seem like it. There we go. Oh, fucking awesome. Ah. Yeah. I guess it doesn't matter now. On the bright side, the ship is out of the way. On the dark side, pretty sure that ship, the 4 cargo containers contained everything of value on the base. Alright, let's have a look. Fly, grind before weld, welding settings, settings for grinding, use grind color, no, all these things. We're going to get guns. Do that. All right. Cargo. Wrong thing. Cargo. There it is. There we go. I feel like there's some games where you just find yourself, or some sessions where I find myself sometimes just saying, why is it not working, with a, like, far more frequently than I feel like I should be. And usually when that happens, it's like, it means I should probably not be playing. All right, you're salvaging. Okay. Okay, so it looks like it's getting the contents of these things. That's good. Cool. All right. You know what, Keith? That's a really good point. Yeah. Tough SC days do make it more exciting for the viewer. That's true. That's true. Gotta look at the bright side. All right. So while this is doing that, all right, I'm going to start planning where to rebuild a cargo/carrier ship. I still have a food issue. Does food ever appear in the tundra? I feel like it does not. All right. Let's start, I think, by entering ourselves on landing. All right, I think I'm really going to have to go. I think I'm going to have to go and look for food. let's see. Right now, we'll just do that. So we're at 8% full. Is that right? Where are the things that were inside here? There was like 1,000 missiles and 100 reactor components and all sorts of lovely, valuable things. I didn't get them. All right. Oh, I need food. So, what is the shortest distance to leave the tundra? I don't think I have any unknown signals available right now. Yeah. Alright, it goes my last onion or whatever. I guess let's head this way. I do think there's some tuning that needs to go on with the food system. Because I feel like I'm spending more time than I should have to be scrounging and looking for food. At the same time, I was just about to say that. Yeah, I was about to mention the algae farms at the same time because I haven't built any of those. Because I wanted to do plants, and yeah, plants. But the algae farms, like, yeah, I do think the oh shit. There it is. All right, let's see if I can build an algae farm. I don't know what an algae farm needs or what a food processor needs because I'm going to need to build both. But on the Nightfall server, I built an algae farm on an asteroid on the side that had 24/7 sunlight because the sun's rotating around it, and I very quickly had like 5,000 algae, to turn into kelp crisp. And I mean, that's good, but at the same time, it's like there's no effort involved. You build the thing and then you wait. It just automatically makes the food for you. And it almost like it's like the algae part is like super, super, super easy, but then everything else is kind of fairly hard. Except, well, I don't want to say fairly hard, but like building up a stockpile of seeds takes work because you gotta find the seeds or the food in the first place, and then grow it. You got to build your farm plot and your food processor. You got to grow it, put ice in, wait, harvest it, process it into more seeds. So you kind of gotta, I find I have to focus on that to build up a stockpile of seeds and food. But then it's like there's a wall, right? Because in every game I've played so far, I have an abundance of mushrooms, and then I either have an abundance of fruit, or I have an abundance of vegetables. And I think I've only ever once found wheat anywhere. And my thinking is that there's no food you can make, like there's no meals you can make with only mushrooms, vegetables, and fruit. I think there's like one meal you can make. I think. But I don't know. It just seems like the fucking the difficulty curve is just all over the fucking place when it comes to acquiring like basic food resources like seeds and algae. And then the difficulty, like the progression curve, is just all over the place when it comes to what food you can make with what ingredients you can produce quickly. It's honestly, it's a mess. And then on top of that, I feel like the whole like you have to wait to digest a food before you're going to eat another food, or whatever the justification is for the delay between eating 2 packets of chips is stupid. Because it's just if I want to pig out on 15 packets of chips, you can let me, right. So I guess let's just do this. I have a place to think. And then what is where are the food blocks? There they are. Put them on the toilet. It's gross. All right, food processor. I suppose I need one of those. And let's see, we can do algae farm. Okay. Let's see, we'll do that. We'll do algae farm here. Boop. Sun's that way, not really the greatest. All right, bulletproof glass. As you noted earlier, Keith, there's abundance of glass around here, so we'll use some of that.
Inventory full.
Yeah. All right, what else do you need? Computers and steel. Oh. All right. Here's your steel. Where?
Inventory full.
Where are those things again? They in here? Oh yeah, there were. Okay. Cool. All right. Assembler. Let's see. Disassemble. There we go. And then you make computers. All right. That should be enough. Oh yeah, plenty. Nothing yet. All right, at least it's working. And we got 4 green, so that's good. All right, we need some steel. Get that right away. So, all right, they use 30 each. Cool. All right, you're good. You're good. More glass, small steel tubes, construction component. All right. Now take those, and there we go.
Inventory full.
All right. Right. All right, let's get this thing built. You need two displays. All right. Assemble displays. Cool. Anything? Is there a countdown or timer? Yeah, there we go. Next output, 1 minute. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. All right. I may survive. Let's do... Want to do that? Not really. 4 minutes. I got 1. Oh, I'm not going to survive. There's no way. I think this thing needs like 4, right? Production, food, help crisp. Yeah, I need 4. That's fantastic. glass, and small steel tubes. All right. Yay, all right. Done yet. All right, we got one. We got two. This guy needs 2 more minutes. I have 1 hunger, food, whatever available. That's awesome. Oh, you can use a survival kit to make the kelp crisp. I didn't realize that. Okay, it's good to know. All right, well, we got 5 going on. All right, let's get you working. Uh-oh. Well, that's it. I guess I'm gonna end up back at the base again.
Low health. Your health is critical.
Yeah, I know.
Low health.
All right. Lovely. Well, let's see, I got 1 ship left, I think, that I can take over there. Oh, I'm glad I didn't plant any food. That's good. That's good thinking, Patrick. All right. We can eat those. And let's see, mushrooms. Sure. I'll plant that. And I don't understand why we can't automate this. We can automate collecting, but we can't automate planting. I don't understand that. Because any justification you can apply, you can come up with, any rationale, right, for why we shouldn't be able to automate planting would equally apply to automating collecting, right? So if we can't automate planting, we shouldn't be able to automate collecting. And then, of course, any reason you want to justify automated collecting would apply to planting as well. So yeah. Oh, yeah, it's like 80 kilometers away. It's literally on the exact opposite side of the planet. I can't jetpack there. Well, I mean, I could, but it takes about 10 minutes to fly there. So, yeah, it would take a few bottles. I mean, I guess it could be done, but might as well fly a thing there. I suppose. Yeah, unfortunately, the automated planting, it's not going to be fixed because Keen does not feel that it's broken. Right on. Managed to consume all my ships. Fucking great. Okay, so I do have this one still. It's just a miner. Okay, a mining thing. So all right, I got food planted, and I know I had some seeds. Got all my tools here. I finally, this is interesting. Okay, finally there. I don't know why you're doing that. You? Let's see. Hydrogen bottle. 2, 4, 6. All right. And 2. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I can make chips with algae. So you need grain and fruit to make this. Fruit and vegetables. All right, so there's 1. 2 fruit, 2 vegetable, 1 fruit. All right, cool. And that'll give you 22. All right, cool. And this is also 2 fruit, 1 vegetable. Oh no, I see. 2 vegetable, 1 fruit. 2 fruit, 1 vegetable. Okay. 3 vegetable, 1 fruit. Okay. And then you get into grain, 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 bug meat, grain, grain, dog meat, dog meat, bug meat, bug meat, dog meat. Yeah. All right, but there are 2. There are 3 you can make if you have fruit and vegetable. Ah, right. And that's the problem, is I never have both fruit and vegetables. I have mushroom and fruit, or mushroom and vegetable. Mushroom, vegetable. Yeah, the system needs work. Oh god, it needs work. I'd say they've got, in general, I'd say that the food system is 80% good. Unfortunately, the 20% that's like the system itself, I'd say is 80% good, like the way it works. And the 20% that's bad is like, for example, can't automate planting. But then the balancing, I'd say, is only about 40% good. Because the balance seems way fucking off. There we go. And then the fact that you can't, you gotta wait between eating things is so. I swear these people never played a survival game in their life. Like. I don't even play survival games that involve eating food very often, and I knew that was a bad idea. And the few games I have played, like I played like Train Fort, the demo with a couple of friends for all of maybe 3 hours, and they have a food mechanic. And in that game, you can eat, like when you're hungry, if you have food, you can eat it. You eat your food, eat as much food as you want, right? You can eat more food than you need if you want. That's on you. You're wasting it. That's on you. Like, it's okay. But you can top off your little food bar there, and it's not a fucking problem. Um, and then I've seen other games. I'm trying to think what else I might have played that actually had a you need to eat food mechanic. And I'm not thinking, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I feel like I have played at least one other game. Oh, I know. Jesus, way back in the day, there was a game called NetHack, which is one of the forerunners of the roguelike genre. And that actually had a food mechanic. You would get hungry. But again, you can eat. Like, just, you want to eat, you eat. If you want to eat more food than you want, than you need, that's fine. Actually, in that game, if you ate more than you needed, you could kill yourself. But there was a buffer. Anyway, it worked. Like, this whole, like, you have to wait to eat. That's probably worse than the whole, well, you can't automate planting constraint. I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. Really? Lots of people that join your server leave when they see food is on. That's interesting. So now how do you know that that's the reason? Like, I wouldn't be surprised that's the reason, but like, are you able to talk to these people, or do they send you a message like, oh, it looked good, but you have food on and that sucks, so I'm leaving? Or yeah, in principle, I like the idea of the food mechanic. I think it's just one of those things. You just have to be really careful about how you implement it. And I think mistakes were made. And I know that game design is not easy and all that. And I think one of the frustrating things about discussing game mechanics is that granted, no one here's mentioned this, which I appreciate. But I've seen this in many places online, where you say like this mechanic or this aspect of a game, I don't like it because, or here is my critical analysis of why I think this mechanic is bad for the game, or bad for this, bad for that, whatever. And then people will come back and they'll say like, well, it's hard to do, like, it's hard to implement this thing. I swear there was a mushroom log over here. I can't find it now. There it is. People will be like, well, it's hard to do. It's hard to get ABC to work.
Low.
And oh shit. Well, I just took off, didn't I? I didn't put any thought into that. And I agree. Like, I get it. Yeah, things are hard. Like, but when you look at a game and you look at the mechanics, right? And you look at, is this mechanic fun, or does this mechanic work, or does it give the player interesting choices, right? There's two aspects, and they're both valid. And the one is the subjective, like the subjective aspect. For example, in Space Engineers 2, they're working on water, and they want water to flow and fill void gaps, like fill volumes and all that. And they're making a lot of progress, right? It's also extremely hard. So subjectively, or maybe it's not subjective, it should be maybe relative, I guess. Like, given the difficulty of the problem, Keen has come a long way and has made amazing progress, right? But objectively, where it is right now, it's not good. It doesn't look good and it doesn't work well, right? Is it better than nothing? Yes. Is it an amazing amount of success and progress that they've made? Yes. But right now, the way it is it a good mechanic? No, it's not. And I think a lot of people get confused or lose track of that difference. You know, like you look at any argument online about game mechanics, and and people, like this mechanic doesn't work because of this. And granted, they may not say it as like dispassionately as I have just said it, but like this mechanic is no good, right? For whatever reason, and then the defenders will be like, well, it's really hard to do, and it's like, I get it, totally get it. It's hard to do. That doesn't change the fact that what they have done is not good, like, no, it was hard. Like, I get it. And I think food, there's some element of that with food, because yeah, it's hard to do, but it's not, I don't want to say it's not done well. I feel like that's too harsh. But I feel like there are some lessons that the game industry has learned about how to do certain types of mechanics, that those lessons were not, I think they were ignored by Keen in implementing the way food works. Oh, they'll say it in chat. Oh, there's food on, and they leave. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Oh, all right. I mean, that's good to know. Honestly, I'm not surprised. I don't think the food's done well, It's just not. All right. This is fun. It's about the only thing I'm having any success doing this session is growing food. All right, and I think I picked up some food. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, cool. So let's food pod. There we go. There we go. All right, do I have a rifle? I do. Do I have oxygen? I do. I don't have a... Why didn't I pick up a welder? Why does nothing have welders? Hell, man. Izzy, you're dropping the ball. Seriously. You're dropping the ball. Alright, here. Make those fucking things. Grab the parts for survival kit before I head back. It's a brilliant idea. Really should do that. Absolutely, I should do that. Where are my welders? Pretty sure I clicked shift click, which should have queued up 100, and according to this, 35 have been produced. Ah, no, 30 have been produced. 5 have been produced. Okay. So where are they? Yeah, there was oh, actually there was a med bay. I think I blew that up when I tried to move the large ship. Um but I should have the materials to bring like enough to make another med bay. Like I've got the resources. Yeah, right there. Um I'm just stumbling right now over why the why don't I have any welders? This is I think this is an Izzy's problem. 12. There's 12 welders. Where are they? There they are. 13. There's 13 welders right there. Okay. Whatever. Alright, maybe it was operator error. I don't know. I can't be certain of anything at this point. I know in the past I've had games where I've just torn my hair out trying to get shit to work and just nothing worked. Like with respect to like Izzy's and manufacturing and all that. I don't know why. And I've been on their Discord and I've asked and got limited help. So access. All right. One. And one. Yay. And I'll just put the rest there. All right, so I finally have all of the things. Cool. Seeds. A lot of vegetables, only a few of these. All right, let's plant some more of these. Go. Go. Okay. Off we go. I feel like this room is cursed. I can't freaking leave it. Food. Algae. Kelp. Oh, it's nonsense. Garbage. Alright. We're gonna have to go to the emergency stash. And we'll walk there because it's an emergency. But I believe I have food up here. Yep. 5 and 6 each. Alright, we'll put half of them. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Those are the only raw foods I have though. Oh wait, I forgot. I can eat sodas. Build. Off. Off. Alright. There we go. That's the true emergency food. Right on. So... All right. I think I'll build the carrier here. Yep, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build it right over here too. That'll show them. Alrighty. And I think I'll just build it off of the side here. Alright. Yeah, I'll just build it off the side here. So alright. Which way is it going to face? Let's make this direction I'm looking the front. Which means we're basically building off the front here. We'll extend that way towards the back. Alright. Alrighty. So, the dimensions of these ships are such that they fit nicely into these hangars. Whoops. So that is 1, 2, 3, 5, and then this space is generally empty. Then over here it's the same, right? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5. Okay, so and then this, where is it? Here. Alright, yeah, so generally 5 wide. Now some of them, like that salvage craft, are a little bit longer, and then the, actually I think this one is a little longer, yeah, than 5. Okay, but that's good. Knowing I need a 5 width space. Alright, cool. So how do we want to do it? Let's see. This is the front. So yes, we'll make it look like a front. Yep. There we go. That looks like a front. Perfect. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which means there we go. There. Right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, that's the center. Oof. That that seems like it might be a good size. Yeah. Sure. All right. All right, that's the left half. All right, I think that's good. Yeah, that'll work. So if I make, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, two, three, four, five, right there. So if I make my landing pads like right here on the very edge, or do I want them maybe towards the center? Let's put them here. We'll center them here. So what I'm going to do is put this row of blocks down either side, and then in the center will be conveyors with the inset conveyors for each landing pad. And that'll give me a buffer of space on both sides. The outer side, I'm thinking about like, yeah, it leaves me room to maybe put, you know, defenses or cutouts for, you know, I don't know, thrusters or something like that. And then on the opposite side, it gives me room for, or a buffer between, like if I want to build I don't know, like a hangar or something. I don't know, some sort of enclosure. Let's see. So there's a 1, 2, and then this will be the buffer. All right, so we'll go with this. All right. Get you on, and I don't even know what this is, but it'll, I don't know, turn it on. And then we need to we eat a vegetable and soda. That's what we're living off of these days. Okay. All right, if this is the very front, let's put the first connector right around there. And then let's see, one, 2, and then a connector Do. Yeah, we'll do it this way. All right, then 1, 2. Right. And then we'll do a buffer. And then 1, 2. Yeah. All right, 1, 2, a buffer, and then 1 and 2. Here. 1, 2, buffer, 1, 2. One, two, buffer, 1, 2. 1, 2, buffer, and 1, 2. Oh, I lost it. There it is. All right, cool. So we'll do that.
Fuel low. Fuel critical.
All right. Refill. All right. We don't seem to need all this oxygen. Bottles. Grab those. Oh, we're full. Refill. There we go. All right. Have a bell pepper. And let's make some of these. Front. That way. All right. Front. 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 All right. This will be for the carrier build. Copy 1. You. 2. 3. 4. And 5. All right, carrier here, and got a build for the carrier. Okay. Let's turn on the area. And let's see. Carrier here. All right, we want to push this forward. I think. Yes. And then to the right. Oh. I think it's bigger than the field. Okay. That's fine. We'll do these 3. Even more. There we go. Yeah, that'll do it. Alrighty. Alright, we don't need that anymore. And I don't think we need anything else. Grind color. Oh. Oh. We'll put it on fly mode just in case. Weld before grind. Let's do grind before weld. Also, just in case. We'll turn these guys on. Alright, that should be good. Sweet. Alright, what about putting something... $410 and 25 versus $410, 25. These are slightly tougher because they have 4 small steel tubes above and beyond what this has. Alright. Alright, let's get some material. We need 100, 100, 100, and 100. Okay. So let's do something like this. Damn, this thing's long. Alright, cool. That's a lot. So I'm thinking of doing like a shield. Like a armored shield. Not like an energy shield. This. Let's see. Alright, we'll do something like that. Or maybe we'll do 3. I feel like 1 empty space in between is not enough. Mostly because... Oh, those are too close. Oops. Alright. Mostly because I feel like just an empty, like a single empty space like this is not going to look good. Unless we do something like that. Oh, you know what? That might look good. I was thinking I would need to do... Wait, 1, 2... Oh, I missed one. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I see. Yeah, I was thinking I might need to do something... yeah, like this. But I kind of like this. There. Let's go that. Alright. There. here, and so you have your you. Go. I think that's kind of cool looking. I don't know about having that much, like, that long of a section that looks like that, but it's a start. Just do this. You're killing me. There we go. Quick, drink a soda. All right, cool. Sorry, I just got asked a very weird random question. I don't know how to respond to that. Okay, I think this is too long, too much, but I'm not going to dwell on it. I would like this to be done, at which point I will happily go back and make changes to the pieces I think need to be changed. Okay, so now we've got our landing pads here. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Here. Yeah, all right. All right, let's get this part laid down. Gotta live off those monsters. All right, cool. All right, there are my landing pads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and not 6. All right, we'll see what comes of that. All right, on this side. I think what I want to do. I'm once again going to try and do an asymmetrical design because I am always so successful at doing that. Oh, that's the center line. Damn. All right. So we have 5, 6, and 7. Then a gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a gap. So the gap's right there. All right. All right. Have a potato.
Field is low.
Whoops. A little bit too far. Cool. All right. Um. All right. I think I'm going to put the lift thrusters under here. And I may even go so far as to leave space for them to be retrofitted to be hydrogen as opposed to atmospheric. All right, so here. Oops. Hmm. Yeah, I guess I should mirror it on both sides. God damn it. Ah! Oh, I'm out of oxygen. Oops, oops, oops.
Your health
What?
is critical.
What? Alright, I don't... Why was it showing my helmet open? And then...
Your health is low.
Fucking whatever. I'm sure I'll watch the video replay and be like, oh, obviously I made this mistake over here. Alright, where is the bag thing? Oh, I guess it got collected. Cool. Bottles. Alright, got one of those. We'll take two of those, that. One of those, two more of those. Two more of those. So, how are we doing? So, 7. That's a good amount. Perfect. Alright, steel. 100, 100, 100, and 100. Okay. Cool. Do I have a uranium script similar to the ice manager for reactors? No, I don't. Yeah, I just never really, yeah, never really gotten around to making one of those. Although, supposedly, Izzy's inventory manager will do that for you, as well as manage ice for you. I've literally never used it to do so, but the configuration options do make it look like it's the behavior's there if you want to use it. But no, I've never written one. I don't I don't usually play in really uranium rich games. Like typically, like it's yeah, I'm not sure the right way to put it. I don't, yeah, uranium's just not something I usually have. Like when I play most games, I don't have enough uranium where I would consider using it as like, how do I want to put it? Like usually, yeah, uranium is like it's usually like a backup or a reserve because it's not so abundant that I would consider like, oh, I'm gonna power my vehicles with it. So I want it to be like super efficient, I guess. And I don't know that that's really a smart way to do it. I'm not saying as such. That's just kind of where my head usually is at. And then because it's like so rare, you would think, well, because it's so rare, you would want to optimize your consumption, and you'd be right about that. But because it's so rare, I literally end up never using it because I'm like, oh, it's precious. I don't want to burn it just to charge battery. So so it's never. I just kind of never really played an environment where I would need it to motivate me to write it. So. And like I said, it looks like Izzy's can do that as well anyway, so it's kind of like, why bother? Did I get these wrong? Yeah. I think I just got an extra. Oh, I got you. I got you. Yeah, I don't know how much Izzy's moves or whatever. Yeah, I got you. Excuse me. My favorite place to play in the game is kind of like right before uranium becomes abundant. So you've got not limitless, but you're pretty abundant with all of the resources you really need for most things. And I really like that's just kind of where I play, and so or where I prefer to play. So a lot of my stuff is hydrogen powered, you know, because ice like being having abundant ice is like no big deal, right? And I like the additional challenge of designing things to have like ice production, hydrogen storage, and then hydrogen engines to produce the power, and then power storage and all that. Um, I I like the builds that I produce. Like I think they're more interesting when I build like that. So that's kind of where I tend to stay at for play. So I don't really build with uranium a whole lot because of that. Um, it's just you know is what it is. Usually, no, like if I'm on a server, like no, even on a server, because like right now on the Nightfall server, I've got a pretty good stockpile. What I think is a pretty good stockpile of uranium. Um, Certainly, I'm sure it's not by far the biggest that like most people have, but I'm my impression based on uranium consumptions is that it's not bad, right? It's enough for kind of me to start consider using it as a fuel source. Um, and even so, I'm like so like, oh man, it's so precious. I don't want to run out, you know. So so I don't, you know. It's like my war reserve, I guess you could say. So and then and I think part of that is actually also driven by the fact that like uranium is used as for like railgun rounds and like rockets and stuff. So like some ammunitions. But it's just a mindset I have. Yeah. All good, man. Hey, Boost, thanks for hanging out. It's good chatting with you. I'll see you later. Let's see if I make this 3. This is a pretty wide area, right? One, not really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, these thrusters, they're only 3 wide, right? Yeah, they're only 3 wide. Okay. So we could... So I could like extend this in as far as like this. Let's do that. Be interesting. Ah. All right, this is the front.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Oh, out of food. You, and you. Cola.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Alrighty, let's eat these. Oh, interesting. All right, let's eat some mushrooms. Yummy. And all we have in here is seeds. Let's get 10 more. Go. All right. Okay. And I think that's going to be it for the stream. I'm going to go ahead and back to my shelter, eat some mushrooms, and think about what I've done today. And appreciate you guys hanging out. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.
lightning strikes with a deafening roar. Phantom fog rises from the floor. Shadows shift, the crowd seized by frozen chill. The fog takes shape as the air stands still. Suddenly from blinding sequence bright, a shining spectral disco night. From the distance, disco beats revive. With the finger raised, he shouts, "Staying alive!" Baseline shakes, the crowd begins to roar. Ghostly steps are gliding across the floor. Disco revive, their spectral host. Raise your voices high. Dance disco ghost. Platform shoes bright with silver gleam. Moves like visions from a disco dream. Does the hustle under spinning mirrored ball as floor tiles flash in time to disco's call. Shock gives way, the crowd begins to move. Rhythm takes hold, they step to the groove. Voices lift, the night in full swing. Whole club dancing to this groovy new thing. Baseline shakes, the crowd begins to roar. Ghostly steps are gliding across the floor. Disco revive, their spectral host. Raise your voices high. Dance disco ghost. He was